the first topic with driving, it came up from a standpoint of just recently on the freeways. You know how crazy it is with construction and whatnot, and just seeing the nature of how people drive. And so, one of the thoughts that came to my mind was, and I'll direct this actually to you, Darvell, as far as driving, because you've driven quite a bit in your adventures these last couple of years.
I definitely have.
And my thing is how educated do we need to be? I mean, we're putting 16-year-olds behind the wheels of a fucking machine.
True, I'm more comfortable with 16-year-olds driving, though, in some ways, than 60 plus, 50 plus even, you know, depending.
Sure.
But,
dude, I mean, me and Jeff come from a body shop background, and we fix, I would say, 5 to 1 elderly versus young drivers.
Really?
Just
Wow.
to back up what you're saying, please continue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, 16-year-olds are
More
like, sure,
elderly.
they're kids, they don't know what they're doing, but they're also immersed in something we as adults are not. They're in a learning environment every day for years and years and years, so they just pick it up, you know. But so for kids, I would say the safety is not really there. It's more on the other side.
I agree. One of the things that they say as far as driving, and this is actually just kind of a brainwave thing, is when you're driving, for the most part, if you've driven for over 3 years, you get what's called an alpha mind frame. So it becomes automatic. You're in autopilot, basically. So that scares me. That scares me to know that I'm in autopilot, but I need to be aware of everybody else around me all the time. You know, and
Don't you have some psychology background?
Well, can I chip in?
please,
right
no, yeah, this is directed at you, yeah.
So you're right. Like, I'm doing it on autopilot. But would you say that even if you're, you know, a lot of times you drive, you know, sober, clean sober, and you're like, oh my god, I don't even know where I've been for the last 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, you don't
know?
even remember what you've done.
You've zoned
But
out.
But
you
you're in
know,
a machine that can kill someone. That's not a good mind frame to be in.
but it's not. Sure, we can judge it. Well, we don't have to judge it. We just say that it is.
Sure,
But
sure.
But you would also say at no point in those last 15 minutes did my alarms go off. Did I feel scared? Did I feel in danger?
Sure.
Because sure, it's autopilot, but the better you train that autopilot, you know, you can be spaced out and somebody starts drifting your lane and you're paying attention like this.
Sure.
You know, so your
Sure.
instincts, you're honing your instincts, not really consciously thinking about what you're doing.
Well, think about how many times there has been major traffic and hundreds of cars sitting piled up to rubberneck somebody who has a flat tire.
Totally.
See, that's the type of mentality. That's what I'm saying. Like, taking your eyes. I mean, just these things that we do because we need to see it for whatever strange reason. I mean, you're going 70, 80 miles an hour. And you're taking, it's like just these simple little things. It just, I mean,
It's
holy
an
mackerel.
an ADD nation, you know, like we can't handle downtime. It's like, well, what show's on TV next? What am I doing next? I'm planning a trip. What am I doing next? Instead of just relaxing. So it's like, even though you're driving, you're not doing anything. So your mind needs distractions. Maybe it doesn't need, but it definitely is paying attention.
Sure.
Like, oh my God, something's happening over there. Let me look at it.
One of the things that I thought about with a coworker of mine was every time you have to renew your license, you just have to go through a 30-minute video just to update you on what is going on, just so that you're aware of what is going on. Like, make sure that you're not doing this and you're not doing this and you're not doing this because you're causing the problem. I'm not saying that you don't know how to physically drive the car.
Yeah.
Gas and
People get
brake and all that's
distracted,
fine.
though, so easily.
Sure.
I think maybe not 16-year-old drivers or even elderly drivers. I think one of the biggest problems with driving today is people get distracted.
Sure.
Phones, eating. How many people drive their car and text? I mean, you can't deny it. I don't know that there's probably a single person in this room that doesn't drive the car and text.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
You do. And that's the biggest problem with drivers today is they find themselves with whatever it is. And I think teenage kids are a little bit more prone to what's going on around them so much that they get more involved in their cell phones or whatever they're doing in the car than they do in their driving abilities. And that's what causes a lot of accidents right there.
And
a lot of people being killed by that.
And it's just like what my dad said to me when I was turned 16. He said, driving is a privilege. It's a privilege.
It can be taken away.
So don't just think that it's your God-given right. You turn 16, here you go. Go ape shit. You know? So there just has, I guess, I guess, and I don't have kids, and, I know Jeff and Jenny, you guys have kids that are moving up into, being able to drive. Do you already have one that's driving?
She'll be
Close.
in 6 months. She'll get her learner's
Yeah.
permit.
So, I mean...
Scary shit.
Well, and
And I don't feel old
you hate to
enough.
stereotype the girl drivers, but...
There's
But
only
it is what
Well,
it is.
But we have more guys
He's
than you
gonna
do,
be
so...
a better driver than me.
Sorry about
I
that,
have
but
to
I...
say that just today I watched a woman doing so much makeup while driving on the freeway.
So
Looking in her
much.
mirror, I was like, oh my god.
Hey,
And
I
you're
saw
like,
a guy on a laptop on a freeway. There's no way.
Wow. That's why you gotta play the guitar.
Wow, that's a good one. That's a good
Jason,
one.
if I ever
I've seen
guitar
people
on the
reading
freeway.
books. They've got a book spread out on
That's
their steering wheel, and I'm like, really?
That's what books
But
are
the
paid for.
guitar.
well, it's like that commercial for some insurance where it shows the dude drinking his milk while driving.
Yeah, yeah.
Insurance because this guy's out there.
And I guess the thing that I realize I've been in an accident before, a really scary accident when I was younger, and it was clearly due to just my level of expertise as far as driving, and I get that experience
Or lack
a lot.
Sure.
Yeah, my lack of expertise, but I realized, and after I took that defensive driving class, it was a mandatory thing, to get my license back type, and that's fine. But I realized, being in that defensive driving class, that my driving has never been the same. Not that I'm an old man driver and that I go, 10 on the speed limit, but I feel like I am a lot more aware of my surroundings, to where I'm not just looking at the guy ahead of me, I'm looking at all this other scenario. Not that I'm like preemptively waiting for it to happen, but it's kind of like evasive action. Like,
But you
all
know
right,
what-
if this
but you
shit
know
goes
what to
down,
look
I'm
for.
going this way.
Yeah, you trained your
Yeah, you've
You're
trained
always
yourself to
planning
know
it out.
what, while you're driving, you know there's an intersection coming. You need to know what's there, and you pay attention to it.
Or you notice lights coming up on you real quick and then it's blue and red.
Yeah. Those ones you notice a lot, though, because, you see a red and blue light, you're going, all right,
Or
whatever.
anything like flashing.
Yeah,
And then
it catches your
instantly,
attention.
You're like, wait, am I doing good? Am I?
And it gives you the
I'm good,
worst
okay.
feeling in the world.
Yeah,
Oh my
even
gosh,
if
yeah.
you have done nothing
Nothing-
wrong,
nothing-
you
You're
see
like
those
checking
lights
your
and you're
speed
like,
limit,
all right.
you're like, did I do something stupid?
Isn't that terrible?
Terrifying.
It is.
You're like
Lights
checking
on.
the speedometer,
I know.
making sure.
Isn't that
Do I
terrible?
get my car registered?
I don't know.
That
Then
we're
your
here to
first
we
reaction's
hire
stupid.
these guys to protect and serve, and the minute they flip on their lights, we feel that we have done
Terrified.
something. How is that possible? Why have we gotten to that point?
Rodney King? Did I say that out loud? I just said that out
Because
loud. I'm
before
sorry.
Rodney King, we all loved cops.
But it's because of the
that's
capital
good. That was
the police departments. I mean, all of a sudden, now they have budgets and quotas to meet so that they can stay financially liable.
Yeah,
for
it's a money.
the
It's a-
constituents, right?
It's about the money.
And
If I
so
can pull this guy over,
they
I can
have to
take a lot of
enforce.
money from him.
Exactly. And so now tickets all of a sudden become a revenue stream,
Oh, yeah.
right? And now we're fearful of those who should protect and serve us
Yeah.
because all of a sudden they need income.
Yeah, it's all about the money.
But if you say that to their face, they get really
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever
tell
say
him.
anything
No, I've
about
tried.
it. Yeah, it goes bad. I've seen
And
that
when you say it to
firsthand.
their
It goes
Yeah.
bad.
But because they have to feed their kids too, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like where can you draw a line?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
Well, the easiest way to do it is just civil servant.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you live in the city of Orem and you purchase things in the city of Orem, the sales tax goes to pay for these city officials and these road crews and this and that. I mean,
I
it's
thought
super
you were
simple.
going to say
There's
you
no-
have to do your duty as a highway patrolman one day a year or something.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Brandon.
Highway
I don't think
patrolmen
so.
can fuck right off.
Here,
They're the biggest pricks
Sour
on
cream?
earth.
I've had a different